This video is for educational purposes only. The procedures shown may be dangerous. Viewer assumes all risk. Always follow manufacturer's repair and safety instructions.
All right, guys, let's jump into it. All right, you can see here that cartridge freeze damage. That's the rear shower mixing valve, so it looks like the cartridge is damaged inside there. So we're going to remove this cartridge here. So we're going to remove this handle, which comes off with the screw. And then there's a ring underneath. So this ring, as you can see, it's already been bent a little bit. So I'm going to get some channel locks on here and try to be very careful with it and release it. So just a little twist, just like that. We've got it off there. All right, and the trim comes off. You can see here there's 4 screws around this mixing valve holding this cartridge in. So we're going to remove those. So before we take this out, we want to relieve the water pressure completely. This one had already been released because it has a crack in it. But I just want to show you guys that. Just good practice because you don't want it shooting out at you. All right, so we got the last screw out. There's a ring that covers this cartridge, so we're going to pull it out as one piece. And there's the hole cartridge sits inside of. Here's the cartridge. So I'm going to take the ring off. I'm going to put it inside. Now I notice there's no O-rings at the back of this cartridge here. So I'm looking back there, I'm feeling those O-rings are back in there. So just make sure when you go to reinstall the new valve that you make sure there's no O-rings in the back sitting there, because they do tend to stick to that piece back there. And you can see them back there. They like to stick in there. So we're going to grab those, we're removing them, because the new cartridge has O-rings. So you don't want to double them up. All right, new cartridge going in. This one has O-rings on it. All right, new mixing valve in, or mixing valve cartridge in. So we've got that ring. So we slid that ring, that metal ring around it again. Now we're going to put the screws back. All right, machine screws are back in. All right, we're going to screw in that ring again. And that also secures and holds the trim ring. See, I'm holding that at the same time, spinning it in, getting it in the right position, and then twisting it down. All right, pop the screw cover back on, and that's it. Good job, guys. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later.